No Buy Challenge. Save money and change your life.
So, no buy challenge doesn't exactly sound like a party, right?
Yeah, more like the opposite of a party. But the kind that actually pays off, literally. I mean, saving money by not spending sounds obvious, but it's way harder than people think.
Totally. But when you hear that the average American drops over $118,000 a year on non-essentials, that's mind-blowing.
And that's not even accounting for inflation spikes or emotional spending. A no-buy challenge isn't about never spending money. It's about being intentional with your spending. It's like a reset button.
Exactly. And you know what's wild? I've been on a no-buy since February 2021. It started as a 30-day thing. Now it's just how I live.
Wait, hold up. Since 2021, that's over 4 years. How did you not burn out?
That's the thing. I didn't go in planning to be extreme. I started with just a month. It was long enough to see patterns and short enough not to feel trapped. That 30 days made me realize I had no idea where my money was going.
That's so relatable. I used to skim my bank statements and call that budgeting. Big yikes.
Yep, same. But once I got serious, I tracked every expense and found eating out was the biggest leak in our budget. DoorDash, Instacart, those convenience charges, they add up fast.
Oh yeah, and the food's never as good as it looks in the app. Cold fries and regret.
Facts. So, rule 1, no eating out. We started cooking everything at home. It was rough at first, but now we actually prefer it. You get control, quality, and you save a fortune.
Okay, but what about those Target runs? You know, the ones where you go for toothpaste and leave $200 lighter?
Haha, guilty. Rule 2 was no Amazon, no Target. Those two were my money black holes. I had to basically detox from one-click shopping.
Amazon's tricky though. It's just so convenient.
Totally. But that's the trap. I started writing down things I wanted on a list on the fridge. If I still wanted it after a week or two, I'd reevaluate. Most of the time, I just forgot about it.
That's genius. It creates this pause, a space between impulse and action. And honestly, half the stuff we buy online is junk anyway.
Oh my gosh, yes. Ever bought a spatula online thinking it's normal size and it shows up toddler sized?
Haha, yes. And then the return process is so annoying. You just let it rot in some corner.
Exactly. That's when I realized I wasn't just losing money, I was wasting time. And time's just as valuable.
So besides cutting the big stuff, like food delivery and Amazon, what kept you going?
Tracking every single purchase. Sounds tedious, but it changed everything. I could finally see where my money was going, or more importantly, not going.
That's where most people tap out though, right? Writing stuff down feels old school.
Yep, but honestly, that resistance is a red flag. If you can scroll Instagram for hours, you can take 5 minutes to log your expenses. I call it working for myself.
Love that. So what changed for you after all this? What's the payoff been?
Buckle up. We paid off over $300,000 in consumer debt, credit cards, loans, back taxes, cars, even dental implants. Everything gone. We've been debt-free since October 2023.
That's insane. And you also saved an emergency fund, right?
6 months worth, all because we stopped spending on things that didn't matter and started living with intention.
It's funny how you start with cutting spending and end up changing your whole mindset. You're not just budgeting, you're redefining what makes you happy.
That's the kicker. People think spending equals happiness, but what they're chasing is pleasure, not actual happiness.
Right. Pleasure's that quick dopamine hit, the new shoes, the random Amazon buy. But happiness is deeper. It's connection, contribution, coping, creativity. Stuff you build, not buy.
Exactly. And one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is I'll start later, like after the holidays or when we get a new job or when life's less chaotic.
But life's always chaotic. That excuse just keeps you stuck.
Totally. I say start now. Today, look at your bank statement, find your top spending categories, and set some personal no-buy rules around them.
And meal planning? That's a game changer, huh?
Huge. We plan every meal now, shop in store, and avoid impulse buys. It's more work, but it's empowering and cheaper.
Okay, last question. Be honest. Any purchases you still think about?
Yeah. There's a stick vacuum I've been eyeing for months. Still undecided. But the fact that I haven't bought it yet says a lot. Old me would have clicked buy now immediately.
So what you're saying is, if it's not a heck yes, it's a no.
Pretty much. That's the no-buy mindset in action.
All right, wrapping up. If you're listening and feeling overwhelmed, just know you don't have to be extreme. But even a 30-day no-buy can change how you think about money.
And honestly, that mindset shift is the real win. Saving money is just the bonus.
So, what would you do with your money if you stopped spending it on stuff you don't even remember buying?
That's your challenge, folks. Start now. Let us know how it goes.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe this channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next